Greetings, we back with another video, and in this video I just want to put this little debate to bed as far as which blue Batman is which. I think there's a lot of confusion going on as far as, like what particular Batman goes with what series. And I think it's because of the release of certain Batmans that we've gotten in the McFarlane universe that has set a lot of confusion amongst the collectors. But I recently just picked this guy up, and I gotta say, this is a very good classic Batman. This is probably the best definitive blue-suited Batman I think we've gotten in McFarlane's McFarlane's line in quite a while. Now, in the beginning, before we were getting these variations, the first one that I remember coming along was this particular Batman. And I call him Fishhead's Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the Batman 1000, okay? On the back cover art, it had the same as the darker color version. Then McFarlane turned around and gave us a Walmart exclusive, which is this particular Batman with the yellow symbol. And then we got another one with, I think it was a gold label exclusive, and it came with the long draping cape. I didn't get that one. I heard there's a lot of people that got it had a pretty much a right arm problem situation, but as far as the regular retailer list, that problem wasn't there as far as the bicep. But overall, we got different variations of blue Batmans, and in the beginning I wanted to pair this Batman up with Superman 1000 because it was Batman 1000, but as amongst collectors know, he was too tall. When you look at his shoe size and everything, I think this particular joint right here is what was the main culprit. And I've seen a lot of customizers shave this down a bit to actually make him look shorter. But yeah, old Fishhead Batman here was a Walmart exclusive. This was like one of the first blue Batmans that we got from the McFarlane toy line. Then we ended up getting this particular Batman. Now, this particular Batman is the Hush Batman. I like to call this Batman the Jim Lee Batman, okay? As far as my collection is concerned, this is Jim Lee's design Batman. And the reason why I say that is because every Batman that we've gotten, some people say, well, the cowl looks different, or, it's different artist representations of these particular designs. When you look at this particular Batman, it looks exactly like it jumped out of the pages of Jim Lee's art. And the reason why I say that is because, he gives us clues, he gives us certain art packages. As you can see here, this is Jim Lee's artwork. It's an awesome artwork, awesome piece. If I ever run into Jim Lee, I would definitely have him sign this sealed version that I have. But yes, to me, this particular Batman, if you got him, he was the Jim Lee Batman. Yes, it was the Hush Batman, but I call him the Jim Lee Batman. Even though he has a blue suit and everything, everyone's looking for a blue Batman, but this particular blue Batman, in my eyes, is the Jim Lee version of Batman, which why it goes for probably double, because I'm pretty sure some collectors do know that, with this particular Batman, yeah, I know import companies and your, SH Fig Arts or whatever, or Mezco, whoever, they made a Hush Batman. But as far as from my point of view, I would never get those imports because I like the actual representation of the artist design. And one thing you got to give McFarlane credit for is he's given us actual characters. He's given us, the figures that we want. He's given us pretty much a great design from the comics right out of the book. Like, you're gonna get this particular artwork, and whatever artwork in any comic of DC, you're gonna get exactly as how it looks off the pages of that particular art, and that's why this is one of my favorite Batmans, even though he's a little bit tall, but I still like this Batman. This is a crown jewel of achievement as far as sculpt, design, paint, and everything. This particular Batman is a top tier Batman, in my opinion. Okay, so let's take a look at Knightfall Batman. Now, Knightfall Batman, like I said before, this guy comes off perfect. As far as your Justice League lineup, if you want that, Batman and Superman standing next to each other, I think this is the perfect one to go with, the Superman 1000. Not the Superman that we got recently with the Hush. This particular Batman, to me, goes perfect with this guy. I mean, look at him. This looks amazing. I actually ordered this guy off of Amazon. The Amazon order got pushed back, but if you go and check your Target, you're going to be able to find them. You know what I mean? Like, Target is slowly getting the shipments out. So if you are looking for this particular Batman right here, you're going to find them in Target. So, you know, happy hunting. I hope you find them. But yeah, we're going to take a look at this particular Knightfall Batman. Now, in the packaging, this is what you're getting. You're actually getting you get a card of the same art design that's on the back, letting you know that this is supposed to be the Knightfall Batman. He comes with 2 sets of hands. He comes with his Batarang, but this is how he will look inside the box, and I'm going to show you what it looks like outside of the box. Now, outside the box, I actually like this particular design. I know I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. This is a very good classic Batman. You know, from the pages of long ago, back in the 90s, you know, when I used to read comics, I used to see this particular design of Batman before he went all dark and had the black. It's pretty much before the 89 Batman. When the 89 Batman movie came out, then all of a sudden they did a drastic change as far as the broodingness of how Batman is portrayed in the comics. But, you know, you get this standard articulation. If you have the Flash figure, this is exactly the same mold. The only difference is the chest emblem is different. I think the Flash has it painted on. This one is actually... yeah, this one's actually etched in, so you can actually see, you know, that they sculpted that particular bat emblem. And a lot of collectors, you know, we love this particular emblem. I mean, I remember growing up in the 90s, man, everybody that, you know, was a fan of Batman had this emblem on him. So anytime we get a toy with this particular emblem, man, it means a lot, because this emblem was featured on everything. Whether you went to Burger King, McDonald's, whatever, you seen this particular emblem, you knew, okay, that's Batman. You know what I'm saying? But overall, his articulation, he has double jointed knees. He also has sculpted ball joints, which I'm glad that McFarlane is doing now, because if you remember the older one, the other one, you know, those were pretty much ball joints. You know, it didn't have any sculpt over it. But what Todd is doing now is he's actually giving us a boot cut sculpted ball joints. Same standard articulation up and down. He has a toe hinge. You know, he has the ankle rocker, so you can rock the ankle back and forth. He has double jointed elbows, fist. You rotate all the way around. He has abdomen crunch, so you can crunch forward like that, crunch back all the way back like that. He also has a waist swivel that's in there. The head can go up this high and go down that low. But overall, I really like this particular design of Batman. Really a big fan of how we are getting more Batmans. I know a lot of people don't like that, you know, Todd makes so many Batmans, but I gotta say, if you are collecting action figures and, you know, you gotta wait for your import company to actually design a certain specific Batman, you gotta understand, like, you're going to be waiting quite a while. Like, they're not going to jump out the gate and just give you something like this. This is why it's important for, you know, a pretty much a company like Todd McFarlane to actually give us every variation of Batman. Because if you have henchmen or you have army build of ninjas, you know, you can pose up and display that specific Batman that you want for that specific display. 9 times out of 10, you can't really change a lot of your army builders up as far as who they fight, but at least you have an opportunity to change the costume and your display on your shelf. And like I said, this particular Batman with this particular Superman, this is the Superman 1000, perfect height and everything. I mean, they stand perfectly even to me in my eyes as far as, you know what I'm saying, representation of the old classic Justice League. But the Batman and Superman team up, this particular Superman goes well with this particular Batman. Now, as far as size comparisons, here you're standing next to your standard Marvel Legends Ant-Man. And here he is standing next to Flash Gordon from the NECA Defenders of the Earth series. And here he is standing next to C-3PO from the Star Wars Black series. And here he is standing next to your deluxe class series of Marvel Legends, The Blob. And that is my review of the Mcfarlane Toys Batman Knightfall Batman. Like I said, you know, when you if you find this figure, I'm usually finding it in Target at the moment right now. Target is getting like a case, so they're getting like maybe 2 of the, I think his name is Thomas Batman, and also a Mr. Freeze. Randomly I found a Mr. Freeze. So what I'm noticing is that there's certain waves that are coming out randomly. I don't know if it's just late shipments, but there's a lot of figures that are popping up from old waves that if you happen to catch them, I would say go ahead and pick them up, because they're going up in price as far as, like, you know, the third-party market. Yeah. Rate, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you got this Batman, and tell me if this Batman fits into your classic Justice League collection. And I'll catch you in another video in the future. Peace.